It's the 20th of July, 1944. The war with the Soviet Union prolongs. German troops suffer heavy losses at the Eastern Front. Food problems increase. Air raids on German cities conducted since the summer of 1942 make the German military operation seem pointless. Hitler, hidden in a massive bunker, seems not to notice the pessimistic moods among the civilian population. After the Stalingrad defeat, those moods turn into resignation or even a form of more or less active resistance, gaining wider and wider acceptance in the society. Hitler's regime, prevailing in Germany at the time, has no intention of relinquishing power. Undeterred by the tragic situation at the front, disregarding the losses, it sends further troops into war. A war that cannot be won. Staging a coup that would deprive Hitler's regime of power seems to be the only chance to precipitate the end of the war. Preparations for the coup are conducted by German officers of the highest rank. A group of military oppositionists is led by a superb soldier, a war hero, Count Klaus Maria von Stauffenberg, who has just arrived at Führer's secret headquarters and is preparing for the plot's final step.
Sieg Heil!
Sieg Heil! Oh, it's only you, Colonel. The Führer has gone mad, and I'm afraid it's the only way to stop him. Klaus, it's the second attempt, and we must succeed this time. I believe the Führer suspects something, so it may be our last chance. Colonel, I prepared the explosives as ordered. They are in this briefcase. Here it is. Please hurry up. The staff meeting is already in progress.
Sieg Heil! Colonel, the Führer awaits you at the staff meeting. Sieg Heil!
Before we start the meeting, I'm forced to remind you that I do not tolerate being late. If it wasn't for your service to the army, I, Hitler, would have every officer late for a meeting executed. I've been receiving information that some of you believe the war we are waging is futile. They consider giving up the plans for world conquest. But I, Führer, am telling you, all undertaking peace negotiations will be charged with treason. We can all remember the time when the front moved 40 kilometers a day. It is infuriating to read some reports claiming that not only no progress is being made, but actually our troops suffer humiliating defeats. I repeat, I will not tolerate desertion. A retreat would constitute. You want to know why we suffer defeats? You want to know who is responsible for Stalingrad? Shadows of their former selves. My own officers have failed me. People of weak character, weaklings with no ambitions, say that millions of innocents have already died and we should cease military operations, capitulate if the war is lost. The fact that people die is not my problem. I will not shed a single tear, for they do not deserve anything better. As we are all here, may the reporting officer present the situation at the Eastern Front.
Thank you all for coming. We have gathered here today to discuss the possibility of supporting the Eastern Front with the Reserve Army. Works on the production of new types of weapons are in delay. Every day our troops prove their heroism and extraordinary courage, but in the same time we suffer immense losses, and it's worth considering a retreat.
What? Retreat? Never! I will not tolerate grumbling! I demand a plan for preventing the Soviet offensive! Am I surrounded by traitors?
The situation aggravates further. Most probably, we won't avoid the meeting of the two Russian wedges. Our reserves will soon give out. We need immediate help from the general government. In the southern sector of our ground forces, the situation seems slightly more optimistic due to the new reinforcements. The Soviet troops encounter growing resistance and advance with difficulty. We might be able to stop them at the Polish border. The ground forces plan to repulse first the southern and then the northern offensive west of Lviv appears to be unreasonable. They won't go further than the San River. They are not fit for an offensive.
What? Retreat? Never! I will not tolerate grumbling! I demand a plan for preventing the Soviet offensive! Am I surrounded by traitors?
The situation aggravates further. Most probably, we won't avoid the meeting of the two Russian wedges. Our reserves will soon give out. We need immediate help from the general government.
Where is Colonel Klaus? We've been ordered to arrest him. Answer now! You are accused of high treason. You will be executed immediately. Colonel Klaus will suffer the same fate as soon as we find him.
Colonel, I was ordered not to let anyone out. There has been an explosion in the quarters. We've got dead and wounded. We're looking for people behind it. No one can leave the area. That's my order.
This way, my son. Quick, there's no time. Here is a safe passage. A house of God is no place for murder and cruelty. Oh, it's you, Klaus. Thank God you are all right. I've got extremely bad news. Your plan has failed. The Führer is alive. He has suffered only minor injuries. And on the very same day he met Mussolini. He's purging his stuff. All under suspicion of plotting against him are executed. Your aide-de-camp and many other officers have lost their lives. I've heard your friend, General Olbricht, was one of them. He's held captive in a nearby garrison. This plan is insane, but it might actually work. The garrison isn't heavily guarded now, but you must hurry if you want to see your friend alive. His days are numbered.
German comrades, I have already lost count of the attempts on my life. I stand here before you for two reasons. First of all, so that you could hear my voice and know I am safe and sound. Secondly, I want to give you details of a crime that is without equal in German history. A small group of selfish, conscienceless and at the same time criminally stupid officers have conspired to remove me and the German military command. The bomb planted by the Colonel Count von Stauffenberg exploded 2 meters from my right side. I am absolutely unhurt, except for slight scratches, bruises and burns. I interpret this as a confirmation of the order of providence that I continue to pursue the goal of my life as I have done this far. I wish to announce that the group those who represent, led by the traitorous Count Klaus, has been executed.
Klaus, my old man, you're alive. How is that possible? I've heard you were captured and executed. And so it was all lies? Propaganda? And how on earth did you get here? This outpost is fortified, heavily guarded. Are you aware you're saving my life, Klaus? The Führer believes it was Providence that saved him from certain death in the attempt. He became even more ruthless and unpredictable. Those he suspected faced a painful death. Hundreds of people were arrested, some of them immediately executed. I was to be questioned before my execution, possibly because they're looking for you. We must escape now. I know who might help us. Go on, Klaus. I must find a keepsake I lost when I was arrested. We'll meet outside the barracks wall. You're here now. That's my keepsake. I used this gun during the whole war, and on numerous occasions it helped me to get out of trouble. I hope this is going to be the case this time, as it seems we're surrounded. It won't be so easy to get out of here. Anyway, thank you for the rescue. At least I have the opportunity to die a soldier's death in battle. Let's not waste our time talking, it's time to act. Let's kick their butts. Just like old times, Klaus, you and me, hand in hand in the front line. We're out! I admit I didn't think we'd succeed. We must split up now. Remember, meet Rommel and ask for Operation Valkyria. Take the underground tunnel. You'll find the entrance nearby. Good luck, Klaus, and don't let them kill you. Our fate and the fate of the world are in your hands.
Klaus, I'm Erwin Rommel's secretary. You wanted to see him, didn't you? It's too late now. They came for him at night. Why did they do it? Why do they kill their finest leaders? Hitler accused him of treason because Erwin wanted to end the war. The war that is already lost. War that is pointless, cruel, and ridiculous. Marshal Rommel is dead. He chose poison so as to protect his family from reprisal. Wait, I've completely forgotten. Just before his death, the Marshal ordered to give you this envelope with a message of utmost importance. There's a note inside. You'll need a code book to read it. I've seen a code book at the embassy. The embassy is heavily guarded, but if you manage to find the book, deciphering the note should be easy. I'll meet you at the old house outside the town. Good luck, Klaus.
Ah, Klaus, fancy meeting you here. Put your gun down. We want to avoid unnecessary bloodshed, don't we? You see, Klaus, your situation became very inconvenient. I'm afraid you have to come with us and answer a few questions. Is your chair comfortable, Klaus? You're not too talkative, are you? And now, be a good boy and give me the other conspirators' names. And as an SS officer, I give you my word, you'll die a quick and painless death. Klaus, don't be a fool. Don't let your momentary disbelief in the Reich cause us even more trouble. What? Don't play with SS. Who and when? Names, addresses. You scumbag, Stauffenberg. You bring shame on the whole Wehrmacht. Yes, imagine that. Even such a grand man can fall so low.
Providence protects the Fuhrer. Otherwise, he wouldn't have survived it.
Protects the Fuhrer in Germany, dear Otto.
Nothing can help the poor guy now. Ah, he took my gun!
You can't always win, Klaus. You won't get far. In the end, you'll die just like me now. Even you can't defeat the 1,000-year Reich.
Klaus, you've made it! You've got the book! Please, wait just one moment. I'll decipher the message. It shouldn't take long. Done. According to the note, Führer is well aware that the war is lost, and he wants to avoid responsibility for the crimes he has committed. His chief of security is supposed to fabricate evidence of Hitler's suicide, and he, together with his closest officers, is planning to take an airship and escape to Argentina. The airship takes off tomorrow at noon from a small field airport. Klaus, please, don't let that criminal run away. Do it for your friends who lost their lives, for millions of innocent victims. He can't just run away like that.
Everything has been prepared according to the plan. I'm sure we have left the bunker unseen. I took care of fabricating evidence myself. The remains are charred. Perhaps even too much. The airship has got enough fuel to get to Argentina. Its open work structure prevents radars from detecting it. I can hear a commotion. Let's not waste our time. It's time to go.
It's you again, Klaus. You seem so promising. You're a rice hero. What more did you want? I believed in you. I trusted you like my own son. I brought you up. Wehrmacht gave you everything. You just had to follow my orders. Was that much to expect? It was people like you who caused my failure. I was cheated by you. From the very beginning, I knew I had enemies. Enemies where friends should be. I saw people of your sort die. Have you ever considered consequences of your actions? You wanted to act on your conscience. Millions of innocent people are dying. Insignificant, cowardly prattle. Every child knows that great deeds need sacrifice. I expect a simple soldier to follow his orders blindly and instantaneously. No question asked. And I must expect the same from my generals. Unfortunately, I hadn't purged my stuff as Stalin did. Now, I have to make up for it, and I've got no time to lose. I have no intention of taking part in these humiliating war crimes cases. The SS officers loyal to me have fabricated evidence of my suicide. You see, this Zeppelin has got enough fuel to get to Argentina, and its shape makes it invisible to radars. Thanks to this steering device, the Zeppelin will get across the ocean, and there, in South America, I will be safe. And when the time comes, I shall come back for my victory! That's the Zeppelin steering device. If you damage it, we'll both die. And you surely don't want that to happen. Klaus, I order you to cease fire. You are going to damage the steering device. I will forget all your reprehensible actions and your plotting against me if you stop shooting. Stop! You are going to kill me! I don't want to die! No!